Olivia, are you there? Please, I need you to answer me right now. This is really serious. I need you to divorce me right this second. Please, you have to. I can't spend another day of my life being married to you.
Andy, are you serious right now? What are you talking about? Why in the world do you want me to divorce you? I don't understand. Did something happen between us?
No, it isn't that at all. This isn't your fault. But the fact is that I've met someone I love more than you. And I want to be with her from now on. But before that can happen, you need to divorce me.
Hold on a second. You're telling me that you're in love with someone else? Are you really serious right now?
Please, there isn't anyone else in the world who makes me as happy as this woman does. And I really want to be with her. That's why I'm begging you right now to divorce me. I've already signed my half of the divorce papers, so all that's left is for you to sign yours. And then once you do that, I can finally be with the woman of my dreams.
Now hold on just a minute. I mean, where is any of this even coming from right now? What do you mean you have someone else you want to be with? So you're being serious right now. This isn't just some crush you have or something like that. This is really happening right now.
I'll be honest with you. I've already been going out with this woman for about half a year at this point. So yes, I'd say it's very serious.
Wait, hold up. You've been seeing someone for 6 months behind my back? So you're basically admitting that you've been cheating on me this whole time. I don't understand how you could betray me like this and just come out and say it just like that.
Call it betrayal or call it whatever you want. The fact of the matter is that I love someone else now and nothing is going to change that. Please, you have to understand that she's the only girl I want to be with. Every day that I stay married to you and apart from her is like putting me through the worst torture you can think of.
But, I mean, okay. Let's just calm down right now and talk about this more slowly. First of all, are you sure that even if you and I get a divorce, that you'll be even happy with this woman? After all, you don't even work. You're just a house husband. Are you really sure you want to get a divorce while you're unemployed? Is this woman really going to take care of you and pay you like I've been doing for you?
Of course she does. She has a job and has already been paying for anything I ask her to. So please, you have to trust me when I say that I've put a lot of thought into this, and I just really want to end things with you right now. I hate being with you. I hate my life with you. It's so boring and horrible, and you just aren't the woman that I fell in love with. You don't have any of your old charms.
Well, I'm so sorry that I'm not as young or pretty as I used to be, but the fact of the matter is that I am your wife. Besides, you're forgetting that I'm a doctor. Can she really provide for you like I can? I thought we were happy together. I would go out and work and you would take care of the house. I thought that was okay.
Well, now I found someone else who is willing to look after me the way you did, so you don't need to worry about me. Of course, I realize that I'll probably never be able to make as much money as you are, but we don't care about money when we have all the love in the world to make us happy. She's already told me that no matter what happens, even if we're both poor, we'll stick together and make things work between us because we love each other.
Okay, well tell me, does she even know that you're unemployed? Does she know that you don't even have a job? Or are you saying that you just want to marry her because you haven't even shown her who you really are?
Look, you just don't get the love that we have for one another. The reality of the situation is that she loves me for who I am, and nothing is going to change that. And that's why I want to be with her. We were meant to be together. So please, can you just divorce me so that I can go and live with who I'm meant to be with? You have no idea the pain I have to go through every single day from being with you.
Well, fine. If I'm really causing you so much pain in your life, then you can have it your way. I'll just do as you say and divorce you. Are you happy now?
Do you really mean it? You'll actually divorce me?
I think a wife and a husband should be there for one another and be able to support one another. So if you really hate being married to me that much, then I think the best thing for the both of us is to just go on with this divorce.
So then you'll sign the divorce papers and everything? You have no idea how much this means to me. I left them in the drawer inside the kitchen counter. You should see them there. I'll start packing my things right now so that I can move in with my soon-to-be new wife right away.
Whatever you say, Andy. And I just hope that you two have a happy life together.
Hello there. You must be Olivia, right? I just wanted to say thank you so much for handing over Andy to me without a fuss. I really do appreciate it. We actually just got back from the courthouse where we got ourselves legally married.
And I take it that you must be the woman that Andy ended our marriage for. Is that right?
I'm not just any woman now. I'm Andy's wife. Thank you very much. And you better remember that the next time that you talk to me.
Of course, and I'll be sure to say that in the near future. And I suppose a congratulations is in order. I hope you two can be very happy for the rest of your days together.
Wow, Andy was so right about you. He said that you're such a pushover when it comes to stuff like this.
Is that what my ex-husband had to say about me? He said I'm a pushover.
That's right. He said that you actually calmed down when you started to talk about your divorce, and that you just handed him over without a fight. I honestly have never heard of a woman doing such a thing for the man she supposedly loved. I would have thought that anyone who really truly loved their husband would go out kicking and screaming and shouting, not wanting to lose their relationship. It's almost as if you knew that he was going to leave you for a better, younger woman.
Well, I suppose that I just don't see the point in doing that when it isn't going to change anything now, is it? I mean, if I were to cry and throw a fit, would you give Andy back to me?
You mean you would still want him back after all of this time? Wow, I didn't realize that you were still so hung up on him. You really are a weird one, you know that? I don't know how I would react if I had my rich doctor husband stolen away from me. I don't think that I'd be able to live with myself at all. It really is just so sad. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're just in shock right now.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, did you just say my rich husband that's a doctor? I'm afraid that I really have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Oh, come on. You don't have to start playing dumb with me. But it's okay. I'll let you live in whatever fantasy world that you want after all of this. After all, an old woman like you never stood a chance against a pretty young girl like me. And it's clear why Andy chose me over you. You're an old, shriveled up lady, while I'm still young and pretty and in college.
Wait 1 minute, you're still in college? Are you serious? Just how old are you?
Are you really that surprised? Didn't Andy tell you anything about me? I suppose I'll have to formally introduce myself then. My name is Mary, and yes, I'm still in college, thank you very much. And if you really must know my age, I'm 20 years old right now.
You mean to tell me that my husband got with a girl that was 20 years old? This whole time, I thought that he was getting with someone at least closer to our age range, but you do realize that the two of you are well over 10 years apart in age, don't you?
You really think that anyone cares about age these days? There are plenty of couples with decades of ages between them.
Yes, I'm very well aware of that. It's just that I'm shocked about all of this. I mean, do you mind if I ask just how in the world did you meet Andy in the first place? Because I can think of where Andy might have gone to meet someone like you.
Well, actually, I'm a medical student right now. Well, pre-med, but still. Anyways, there was an open house at the school, and that's where we met.
So you're a medical student and you ended up with Andy?
That's right. I'm actually one of the top students in my class. You see, ever since I was little, it's always been my dream to become super rich. And so that's why I wanted to become a doctor, so that I can have lots of money. Although I have to say, I'm a little let down by my program. I mean, I really had no idea that I would need to study this hard and take this many tests just to become a stupid doctor. But that's when I had my perfect plan. Instead of becoming a doctor, I should just use my time here at the school to try and marry someone who is already a doctor instead.
Wait, what? Is that really what you want to do with your life? Is that really why you're at college, just to find someone to marry?
Well, of course, if I can meet someone rich to marry me here, well, then I won't even have to finish school. I could just marry a doctor and have all of his money. It's perfect, don't you think? I mean, how can it not be when it's already worked and I'm already married to a doctor now? I can finally drop out and be the housewife that I've always wanted to be.
And that's why you wanted to marry Andy. Do I have everything right?
Well, of course. I was kissing up to all the teachers and visitors who looked like they might have had some money. And in the end, I finally found my rich Dr. Prince Charming, my precious Andy.
Oh, wait a second. Now that you mention it, I remember Andy saying something to me about going to some event at a university.
Well, he was just so nice to me and such a handsome man, too. I really did luck out, you know. I know for a fact that must make at least $1 million a year. And now he's all mine. I suppose you must be pretty upset that I stole your breadwinner away from you, though. But I guess that's just life sometimes, isn't it?
Now that you mention it, Andy has always had a thing for younger girls. Stupid me for thinking that he finally grew out of that phase and that he was actually ready for marriage.
What are you doing? Are you talking to me or are you talking to yourself via text? No wonder he left a batty old woman like you. And it's not like I'm a kid or anything. I'm an adult and I can make my own decisions.
Yeah, you most certainly can, but please don't let me stand in the way of your happiness.
I wasn't planning on letting anything of the sort happen anyways, but I guess I can forgive you this one time. After all, I can't even imagine how it must feel right now to have my rich husband stolen away from me like I did to you. There is really nothing now to worry about, knowing that I'm going to be with my millionaire husband for the rest of my life. I'm so sorry that you'll just have to spend the rest of your life all shriveled up, old, and alone.
Yep, shriveled up and alone. And oh, by the way, you should know that Andy does not have a job.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you mean he's like taking a break for research or something?
No, I mean, he doesn't have a job at all. But anyways, you don't need to worry about that. I think you guys will be just fine. I can make more than enough money to take care of myself. And now that I don't have Andy anymore, I can finally start enjoying my life.
Now, hold on just 1 second there. What in the world are you talking about right now? Andy isn't unemployed at all. You're not making any sense. You're trying to scare me because you're upset that I'm the winner and you're the loser.
No, that isn't it at all. In fact, Andy lied to you and you fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, to think that he would go after someone so much more younger than him, though. The truth of the matter is that Andy has always been a house husband, and he didn't have a job when he divorced. But I'm only telling you the truth because, well, I knew you'd find out sooner or later.
Okay, hold on right now. This can't be right. You're telling me that Andy was just an unemployed stay-at-home husband before we got married? This doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, like I said, I'm only being honest with you right now.
But this can't be right. You've got to be lying to me. Surely he's just in between jobs at a really nice hospital, right? I mean, he's probably just tired from how stressful being a brain surgeon is.
Brain surgeon? Is that what he told you what he was? Oh, my poor child. No. I'm afraid that Andy hasn't had a job for a long time. Probably for the last 5 years, at least. Andy couldn't even hold down a part-time job, let alone have the skills to be a surgeon. He barely cleans up after himself. And that's why he married me. You see, I'm the doctor, not him. And it took years to get him to finally clean up around the house while I was at work.
So then, you're telling me the truth. Andy really isn't a doctor at all. And he's just a house husband who barely does anything without being asked first? No. You're lying. You've got to be lying to me right now. He is a doctor. He just has to be one.
I'm telling you, he isn't even close to being a doctor. He did work for a while before we were married, but that ended not long after we did.
No, this can't be right. You're lying to me. You're trying to upset me. Why would he be in my school if he wasn't a doctor? I mean, I talked to him about my classes and he listened and understood what I was saying. And he got all excited when I told him about my medical classes too.
You know, Andy did actually want to be a doctor. He actually took the pre-med track, but he kept failing all of his exams. And eventually he gave that up and just looked for a regular 9-to-5 job.
You're kidding me. So that's how he knew what I was talking about?
And he was probably at your school because he would go there with me every now and then as my +1. So I guess it would make sense why he would zero in on you to try and marry.
But the only reason I wanted to be with Andy in the first place is because he told me that he was a doctor. But you're telling me that he's just some med school dropout? No graduation date for him or nothing?
I am honestly just surprised that he was able to convince anyone, especially a medical student, that he was a doctor. Either he's a much better liar than I thought, or you're just a very, very bad judge of character.
So you mean to tell me this entire time, our relationship with each other has just been one big lie?
Oh, well, it might take some time and money, but you can always divorce Andy and go back to your studies.
I can't do that! I already submitted my letter of resignation from the school! I was going to be a housewife! I was ready to quit everything! Didn't want to study any longer!
already sent me an email confirming that she got the letter too. Oh, I see. Well, it sounds to me like you might have to discuss that with your school, not me. Either way, it sounds like you've got a lot of problems on your plate, and seeing how this no longer concerns me, I'm going to take my leave now. Have a nice life. After that, I got some really angry texts from Andy asking why his brand new bride-to-be was demanding a divorce from him and threatening to sue him for fraud. And I told Andy if he really wanted the answers to those questions, that he should go look in the mirror. I reached out to some of my colleagues at the university where Mary was going to ask for a follow-up about what happened to her, and apparently she did end up suing Andy for fraud and was able to convince the school to let her back in, despite already submitting her resignation letter. I decided to discuss things with the head of the medical school and show them the text from Mary about how she was only there to not really become a doctor, but to marry a doctor and drop out as soon as she can become a wife. And because of that, she was barred from re-entering the pre-med program and was forced to start her new college career with a new major somewhere else. I don't know what career she's going to choose next, and if she's even going to go through with it. I don't know, maybe she can take some classes on critical thinking or communication to avoid being lied to again like that. As for me, having that dead weight that was Andy finally cut off from me, I was free to travel around and do all kinds of things that I always wanted to do, but I couldn't because Andy refused to. And I really have no idea how he convinced me or anyone that he was a doctor. But that sounds like a question for a psychologist, not me.
Hi, Frederick. I'll be going on a trip from today.
What? A trip? That's pretty sudden. Who are you going with?
Friends! You don't know them, so there's no point giving you their names. One of the people who's supposed to go suddenly felt ill, so I was suddenly called to come instead of her. I was pretty surprised. I'll be back next week Sunday. We're going to Florida.
Oh, okay.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Nothing. I just thought your reaction was a bit dark.
Huh? You already told me what I was going to ask, so there was nothing really for me to say.
Oh? That's why?
Sorry. I've got some work left to do, so can we end the conversation?
Oh, overtime? But the company isn't that busy right now, right? That's unusual.
We had to delay our meeting since some customers came. I'm sorry I won't be able to see you off, but take care.
Okay, bye.
I just got a text from my wife saying she's going to go on a trip from today.
Oh, hey, Frederick, this is perfect timing. I just got a report from the detective. It seems Janice got into Wilford's car carrying a suitcase. Should we, continue the investigation?
Of course. She's probably going to disappear for a while, so we can't lose her here. I don't care if I have to pay extra. Continue the investigation.
Got it.
I'll send you a screenshot of the conversation we had earlier. It's likely she's not actually going to Florida, but just in case.
Alright, thanks.
I'll leave it to you then.
Alright, I'm pretty far away from home already, so it's time I tell you what's going on. You see, there's another guy, Frederick. We kind of fell in love. I'm gonna marry him, okay? I was only buying time when I said that I would be going on a trip and got into that car. I'll let you get off with $200,000 of alimony, so don't bother her happiness, okay?
Hi, Charlie. Sorry for texting you at this hour. I just got more messages from Janice, so I'll send you a screenshot.
Oh, she sent you this just 10 minutes ago?
She probably thought I was already sleeping. No way she expected me to get this information to a detective right after.
True.
Alright, I'll leave it to you. Sorry for bothering you at such an hour.
No problem. See you later.
You haven't been replying to my text. Are you even reading these? It says the messages are unread. I need you to reply concerning me and Wilford's marriage. Of course, we're gonna get divorced no matter what you say, though. If you understand, hurry up and reply.
Charlie, you met with the spy and are investigating Janice, right? What is she doing?
Yep, seems they've rented a weekly apartment at the city. They went shopping during the day of commodities. The two of them are now in the apartment together.
Got it. Thanks. I'm counting on you.
Frederick, I want to hurry up and get divorced. I can't do that if you don't reply to my text. You have to pay me an alimony, so I can't just submit the divorce papers on my own. Frederick, it says these messages are read, so I'm going to assume you understand.
I'll send you today's text, Charlie.
Thanks. There's no big difference here. But it looks like they've greeted their neighbors saying that they're a newly married couple.
A newly married couple. I see. That reminds me. Have you been able to come in contact with Wilford?
I'm trying to find the right timing. It seems he found a job here, so I'll try and grab him while he's on his way home from work.
Got it. I'm counting on you.
Frederick, you idiot! I want you to pay me $200,000 in alimony, so reply. You're not ignoring me because you don't want to pay, are you? Just be a man and pay me. Were you that cowardly?
Hi, Frederick. About Janice's text earlier, but
What's up?
does Janice think that she's the one that's going to be paid in alimony?
Yep. Looks like it. I was just thinking that now.
What's this about $200,000?
She's probably got mixed up with property division.
So she's talking about the inheritance you got from your father, who died last year.
Probably. But it's not subject to property division in case of divorce.
Exactly. It's like Wilford got out of the building. I'm going to talk to him. See you later.
You must be coming home from work like you said. I'm counting on you.
Frederick, the reason why you're not replying is because you don't want to get divorced, right? If so, I'll give you a chance. Play a game with me. The game is, find where I am or pay me $200,000 in alimony. If you can find me, then you don't have to pay me and we can stay married. The game starts now. You there, Frederick? When are you going to reply to my text? Fine, I'll give you a hint. I told you I'd be going to Florida when I left, right? That was a lie. I went in the opposite direction. Okay, this is my hint. So hurry up and find me. Hi, Frederick. Where are you looking for me? I'll give you another hint. I'm in the largest city in B State. I'm staying at a weekly apartment there. This was a huge hint, right? If you still can't find me, it means you don't love me enough. If you don't want to get divorced and pay $200,000, then you better hurry up and find me. Frederick! Frederick! Stop messing around. I already gave you so many hints. Why haven't you found me yet? If you were actually looking, you would have found me by now.
Hi. It's been 1 week, right?
Frederick, what's with the tone? And why you've been ignoring me?
I only replied because there's something I need to tell you.
Where are you?
At home. Why?
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. You're not looking for me?
I'm not. And?
What? Then pay me $200,000. After that, we're getting divorced. Jesus, you could have found me so easily if you tried. But now you have to pay $200,000 on top of losing your wife. You're so pathetic that I can't even pity you. It's just funny, honestly.
We will get divorced.
Huh?
I was planning on it from the start.
Oh, really? Then I'll tell you the bank account to deposit the $200,000 in.
What are you talking about? You're the one who's going to be paying me.
What?
I'll explain it to you, since I kinda understand what kind of misunderstanding you're having from your text until now.
What is it?
Firstly, the person who cheated on their partner is the one who pays. It doesn't matter whether you're a woman or not.
What?
Secondly, this $200,000 you're talking about is probably the money I got from my father who died, but...
Yes? And? I heard that I would get half of it when we get divorced.
In the first place, you probably have alimonies and property divisions mixed up, but inheritances aren't a subject of property division.
Huh?
It means that you're not going to get a single cent from it by law.
What? But that means that I won't get any money from you, and I actually have to pay you?
Yep.
Wait, hold on. I'll talk to my new boyfriend first.
You mean Wilford?
What? You knew?
Sorry, but I noticed something was up quite a while ago, and asked a detective acquaintance of mine to do some investigation.
A detective? So that means you know.
The detective followed you and Wilford, so I knew where you two were from the start.
What?
The detective approached Wilford a few days ago and told him you were actually married.
He told him?
You said something like, "My parents are abusing me, help me escape," and made him quit his job, right?
But I wanted to marry him.
The detective also told him your parents are dead.
That too? Wait. Is that why he just suddenly disappeared without saying a word?
He left as soon as he found out the truth about you. Wilford's a man of integrity. I told him he didn't need to pay me any money since he was just getting fooled by you, but he still came to my place yesterday and gave me what he said was all of his money as an apology, saying that was his punishment. I accepted half of it to make him feel better.
No way. He did that?
Oh? Looks like he's here.
Who?
The lawyer I hired. Your uncle.
What? Why my uncle?
I heard that he and his wife were the ones who raised you after you lost your parents, so I thought I would ask them for help.
I don't like him. He's too strict.
I'm glad he's strict.
What?
Now it's time for you to get scolded by your uncle and listen to a lawyer's explanation at the same time. Don't forget to pay my alimony, okay?
No! Why? This wasn't supposed to happen.
Right after our conversation, Janice's uncle and his wife arrived at our weekly apartment she was staying at. The front door wasn't locked, so they were able to get in quite easily. Since the neighbors were nearby, Janice's uncle couldn't shout too loudly, but apparently Janice went white when he told her the amount she would have to pay me. She paid the alimony and we got divorced after that. But apparently, she next had to pay Wilford in alimony. Apparently it was for lying to him about not being married, and for him losing his job because of her. Janice didn't have the money anymore, and was forced to take on a debt. She now works day and night under the supervision of her uncle.